Welcome to Grinding Meaning. I am the expert layman. Let me just do a couple of quick technical things. Like make sure my stream is going and stuff. Atheism, Theism, and Agnosticism. To be honest, not all that interesting of a topic for me. Hey, there's my intro again. You wanted to hear that. Welcome to Grinding. It's kind of like old hat, but I thought I could make it interesting. Oh, by the way, I am taming my Bronto here. He should be popping any second. Wow, this is so much easier than I remember. I literally... Where is it? Yeah, I didn't have to force feed him any narcotics or any or narco berries or any of that. He literally stayed under. He tamed like twice as fast as he was waking up, and that seems a little bit ridiculous. But I was just kind of standing here, like, oh, I should do a stream. I want to see if I can get myself to do one every day, but we'll see if that happens. Yeah, the problem with those words, the atheism, theism, and agnosticism, they all have... You can basically tell where someone's at by what definition they're working from. So what I thought would be an interesting challenge is if I could define each to the satisfaction of each group, and then define the other groups to the satisfaction of each group, which is basically 9 definitions or something like that. Because they each look at them differently. That's why the argument just kind of doesn't usually go very well. Is because I'm arguing against something that I think you are, that you don't think you are, but you think you're this other thing, but you think I'm this other thing too, and you're just like arguing at what they would call straw men. So I guess the opposite of that, I've heard called a steel man, so I'm going to see if I could describe each position to the satisfaction of the people who would wear that label. Why did I do this? Like, this will be easy. Cool, easy. Now I gotta make it hard. Why couldn't I leave it easy? Anyway, theism. Generally speaking, the people that would wear the label, most people who, it would basically apply to, don't think about the word. So usually, if someone's self-applying that label, they are, they're kind of steeped in the debate already. Because you don't see normal Christians like using that word, but it's basically someone who accepts the existence of God or a God, but that of or a is not usually the way that a theist would put it. It's there's certain ways of framing things that are more and less beneficial, and that's kind of how you tell who's this also applies to politics and stuff, but I don't really want to talk about that. Oddly, religion is just a safer topic now than politics. Got some torches around here. But basically Christians, Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, a little bit debatable. It depends on the person a lot more. But yeah, there's something with consciousness that put all this into existence and is invested in the outcome of what's happening here. And, interacts, or at least did at one time, with the people here. I think that would be fair. The way the theist would typically define the atheist, and I'm not saying whether this is right or wrong, just saying this is the way it typically goes, as a theist would define an atheist as someone who asserts that there are no gods. That my position is that there is a God, and your position is that there is no gods, and this is why we have our conflict, and this is essentially the perspective of the theist. Now, in defense of the atheist, the philosophical position that they take isn't wrong. It's just typically, if you're watching someone in a YouTube video talking, they're probably not being terribly, they're being a little disingenuous about it. Because, you know, you act based on what you believe. So if your philosophical position is that another philosophical position isn't, like, right, yeah, that's okay, but, you know, you don't get to say, you know, this is a good step into the agnostic position. And in agnostics, it's also a philosophical. I'm not qualified to go through the whole philosophical agnostic position because it's, I don't know. There's a lot there. I seem to be dropping some frames. Let me check or something. Watch this. I guess all those torches were... I'm pretty much right on the line here of what I'm able to do. But the theist would define the atheist as someone who asserts there's no God, lives their life as if God doesn't exist. Well, maybe that second part isn't quite so accurate. But yeah, and both the theist and the atheist typically don't have a lot of love for the agnostic because, well, to be honest, it's the milquetoast fence sitter position. It's like, I am above it all. Yes, I've carefully avoided saying what I think about this because I don't know how to put this. I have my own model that basically subsumes all of this and makes this whole debate kind of silly. Like, picking up the skills of the debate isn't bad, and understanding, you know, elements of philosophy. Like, I was witness to the whole, like, atheist, basically the death of God on YouTube. Like, it just, like, there was a battle for a while, and one side just demolished the other. And I watched it, and I thought, you know, I wanted to learn apologetic or counter-apologetics, apologetics. Basically, you know, I grew up in a fundamentalist religion, and I'm like, I guess I wanted all the tools to kick the asses of the people that, you know, I had some resentment for. And I've evolved a bit since then. I guess I'm trying to say that the agnostic would see the theist pretty much the same way the atheist would, as someone who asserts their God. And there isn't a whole lot of, like, I don't know. It's not as easy to straw man their position. But it gets a little dicey when they address different claims. Now, I'm just going to move into the atheist problem with the agnostic. Shoot, I had it and it just slipped away. Oh. You know, if you're just talking... Okay, the thing is, definition battles are pointless. No. Pointless. Why aren't you a big boy? Yeah, it's weird how they do the leveling now because, like, the saddle, like, you level so much faster, but then, like, a lot of the really cool stuff, they seem to have moved to the higher levels. Oh yeah, I should probably turn off his autofollow. Look who followed me home! Okay, now if I can remember how to do that. Now I don't want to change the distance. Where's auto follow? Disable following, there we go. Jesus. Well, I need to get you inside. Well, not really. I think you guys can probably handle whatever. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the rest of this. Oh, the problem that the theists, or the atheists, and I guess the theists do have with the agnostic position is theism and atheism, oh, the definition thing. Like, just say what you mean when you use a word. It's just so much easier. Because it ends up being like territory you can fight over. No, the word means this. No, the word means this. Well, if you look at the Latin root, well, the Greeks said it this way, and, well, it's been used this way for 100 years. Yeah, but that's not the way we're using it now. It's like, just cut all that out. Define your own terms. Say what you mean by a word. But, since we're going to go into the definition fight stuff, because that comes up, theist and atheists are positions on a specific proposition, and something like, at least one God exists. And, you have pro and con. But this is a question about what you believe, or what you believe. But, agnosticism is about what you know. And most of the philosophical position of agnosticism is about, like, kind of blurring out the edge. Okay, sorry. I tried to remain unbiased. I'm going after the agnostics. I made it the good, 10 minutes? Where is the... Hey, there it is. What do you mean not receiving? Dropping frames? Yeah, it does not like these torches. Seems like when you get... Like, I have a limit of the number of torches I can have going at the same time. With my current settings. Not really much I want to do till morning anyway, so it's not a big deal. Let's make sure... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't need any of them. Yeah, I think I will not put him on wander. Look up all these torches. Yeah, I wasn't getting any warnings on OBS. It was just YouTube. And YouTube, oh my god, it's like a freaking spazzy person. Like, oh my god, like, you're sending me too many bits. But doesn't that make it look better? Yes. Anyway. Theism, atheism, about what you believe. Gnosticism, agnosticism is about what you know. And the belief between... It's kind of like a hierarchy of, like, I don't know, certainty. Like, knowledge is at a higher level than belief. Like, you could say, I believe, I know. Kind of that kind of hierarchy. So, in a way, if you ask someone, do you have a rock? And their answer is, I don't know. It almost feels like they didn't answer the question. Like, if the rock obviously represents, a belief in God. So, ask an agnostic, like, do you have a rock? And they're like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Have you checked? Oh, wow, that is really choppy. What? On my end, it looks great. I don't know what's going on. Oh my god, I know what happened. I think I forgot to cap my frames. No, I think I already had that. I don't know, that seems to have helped. There's nothing peeked out on my end, so... Oh, sorry. Everybody loves to hear about your problems. Well, it hasn't sent me a new message. And always like it at night, and like morning is always bad. Like middle of the day is like the easiest. Oh yeah, I should give you a tour. This is my boat. Basically like a Winnebago. Yeah. Got room for a Triceratops up front. Got a containment area up here, in case you want to bring something in and tame it. You got your fours and like, but yeah, I've learned put your smithy in its own box, because somehow the freaking creatures will swipe right through. They will not damage anything, but they'll take out that smithy in like one swing. I had a freaking... That's been annoying. A little fireplace up here. Keep a bird up here. Well, it's funny. At the same moment, it told me it was the stream was having problems. It told me it was healthy. I'm gonna watch it for just a little bit here, because I'm a bit concerned. So yeah, it's basically like, do you think? And then it gets even more complicated. Because there's like subcategories of theist. Because you could have a deist, like D as in dog, deist.
That's funny. The same.
Oh my god.
At the same moment, it told me it was.
Right. And the deist believes that it required more than a force, actually some kind of being to get this whole thing started, but that being like isn't like invested in the day-to-day goings on, basically kind of like an absentee landlord version. Like you couldn't get all this without somebody starting it, but the baggage of like Christianity is not part of that, or any organized religion, like the God that created the universe and said, oh cool, I'm gonna go create other stuff now. I think it's a little weird with like the pantheist, where if I remember it right, it's basically like the universe is God, and we're all part of God's body in the universe type thing. Which I don't know. When you start talking about different types of theists, like it started spreading out, kind of like all the different genders. It's just a thing humans do. There's like, oh yeah, well I'm super ultra mega whatever. We just get competitive like that. I triple dog dare you. Always got to one up each other and try to add new twists to things. Like, no, I'm special cause. I don't know. I'm trying to avoid quoting some of my favorite thinkers on this because they're pretty much all on one side or the other. But I will say that I'm biased towards religion, even though I don't think it's literally true. And it would take a while to explain that. God, I wish the sun would come up already. Right now, the thing I'm working on, which I suppose I can go. Ooh, I can pick up my stuff and head up there. There's a hunting ground up there that I just have fun. I don't play the game to be like, I gotta get to the end as fast as possible and, find every shortcut. I really like just experiencing the game a lot of times. And there's a great place to go hunting, but it's brutal up there, so I wonder if I can carry all of it. Or maybe if I drop everything else. This is Thinking Out Loud Theater with the Expert Layman. I think it's funny when people mean to say thinking out loud, but instead they say talking out loud. Or like when somebody says, let me sneak by you here, and you're like, well, you screwed that up, I know you're coming. Nobody ever gets those jokes. Oh, god damn it, I was supposed to pick up the ceilings. It should still be light enough. The thing about the pterodactyls is they don't have a whole lot of, whoops. There we are. They don't have a whole lot of carrying capacity. So basically that's all I've been putting in to him. Like, one level gets him 4 more pounds. Oh, he's pretty near his limit. I don't think I'm going to be able to sprint up there. No, I'm not. A little too heavy. Let's see what else I can fly up there naked. Although it is kind of cold up there. And what is he carrying? I know he had the walls. What am I carrying? I guess I got rid of everything. I guess I'll have to do this in 2 trips. I do not want to. You do not want to run out of steam on the way up there. You'd think a maze that I created I'd be somewhat adept at. And we'll just bring the ceilings up next time. This is also a really nice taming boat for like going out and getting stuff. That's better. Ooh, is that the Alpha T-Rex I saw? Yes, it is. I wonder if you can tame those now. I don't think you can. Oh my god, my stream is like frozen. What the hell is going on? Okay. Hopefully back and not screwed up anymore. I forget that the, if you're flying when the sun's coming out or going down is brutal. Oh, how long is the stream been playing? I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes. I just sort of restarted it, so it's a little hard to tell. Saying 25 minutes. Okay. I don't know. For all I know, Windows decided to update something. To be honest, I'm really surprised. I've done, you know, I don't know, probably a dozen streams, and I haven't actually run into an issue like this before, so I should probably be thankful. I'll just have to keep a closer eye. Of course, now... To be honest, I'm really surprised. Okay, I gotta turn that down. Sorry. Hopefully you're not hearing too much of that. No, it's still having problems. I'm gonna end the stream here. I don't want to subject anybody else to this. I gotta figure out what my issue is and address it. So yeah, atheism, theism, agnosticism. I am the expert layman, and I may be back up later.